Hello. Welcome to another yapping day. Yesterday I didn't get the chance to because I was busier than expected. My bad on that. Sort of. Also, I was just really tired. Too tired. We could just do more summer related yappings, I guess, but I don't know. We will see. We will see. Man, on awkward Friday. We'll just go back to waiting. Are we ready to yap? Are we ready? Are we ready to have like a back and forth? I don't have much to yap about, sadly. But like, yeah, it's gonna be hard to like draw right now. My setup is tiny. Maybe today wasn't a good day. mm. Because there's still summary things to yap about, you know? Hello? Hello? I guess today wasn't a good day. You miss one day. You miss one day and things go downhill. Hello. Hello, Mercury. I listened to Time Traveler by Chromium. Ain't No Stopping Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead. Fantastic Voyage by Lakeside, and Fire by Ohio Players. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the surprise Friday makeup stream. What are your weekend plans? I want to yap. But there's not much to yap. Drawing without another screen takes long. I also listen to Itsumi by Kenji Sawada, Maya no Michi by Machiko Watanabe, and Super Nature by Shiron. I Am the Best by To Anyone. Hey! And there's not much for my weekend plans. I just travel and sometimes go for runs. Ooh, that's fun. That's fun. I don't go outside much. That shouldn't be a surprise. I'm a silly little anime character on the internet, so... Although I do miss going out. I miss going out to the movies. But there's not that many movies worth going out to watch. Big sad. And, like, most of, like, those, like, fun event things or whatever are usually, like, outside of where I live, and I don't feel like going out that far. And the problem is I don't go to any anime conventions. I haven't been to one in years. The only conventions I've ever been to were, like, small local ones. I've never been to any of those big anime conventions. And honestly, I kind of don't want to. Like, maybe back in the day, yeah, I would have wanted to, but nowadays I'm like, I don't think you'll like me, and that makes me awkward. Along with the fact that, because, like, I like, a lot of the anime I like just doesn't get that much merch outside of Japan. Or it's like, it's just out of season because it's kind of old and nobody wants to talk about it anymore. They only want to talk about the new stuff and whatever the biggest popular animes ever. At this point, I only want to listen to 70s music, be it any language. That's fine. I get that. I get the vibes. But, at least, I mean, I saw that there's, like, Ouran High School Hopes Club anniversary merch coming out, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I had money. Because that's one of my favorite animes, and it's honestly, it's been hard to try and find more volumes of it. Because it's either people are beating me to it, or they just don't have much of Ouran in stock at most of the places I visit. Like, it was definitely popular back in the day, obviously. It's still a pretty big name, but it's like, it's not new, there's not much refresh, and it's only anniversary stuff. That's kind of why it's a little bit more, like, people are talking about it again. If you have any music during the 70s, 80s, you can share it with me, and we'll discuss about the history of music. I don't really know much about music in that sense. I don't even know what counts as 80s sometimes. Because it kind of, like, 80s and 90s kind of blends a little bit. At least some of the stuff I've listened to, like, I don't pay attention sometimes. Yeah, I'm passionate about animation, that's for sure. Animation, video games, that's more of where I start going off about, like, fun facts about, like, did you know this? Did you know that? And I think I mentioned Wednesday about how There's an Atlantis comic series coming out soon based off of that Disney movie. And it's like, before I would have been excited, because I love Atlantis. I love that movie. But now I'm just like, ugh. I'm worried it's not going to be good. And I have every right to feel worried based off of the current trends of the era. What counts as 80s is songs released in 1980 to 1989. 90s have a lot of 80s sounds which still exist in the early 90s. Yeah, that's probably the reason. The yappers are yapping. Hi, Marcus! Welcome to the surprise yap stream. I didn't do a stream yesterday because I was kind of tired and the schedule with the dogs was just not working out. I gotta keep my eye on them. Silly little goobers. Silly little goober dogs. Yeah, we be yapping about things. What are your plans, Marcus? How's your weekend gonna be? But the reason why 90s is great is because of Eurodance EDM. Ah. Upper can't explain. I don't have them on my laptop, sadly. I can just kind of describe to you that one of them looks like a weird little cryptic noodle right now. Especially Acid Just. They're both... I don't know what dog breeds they are, actually. I've been told what they are multiple times, but I can't remember. All I remember is that it's like a shepherd dog breed. You forgot about Ska, Mercury, especially the Aquabats. The country scene was shining too. Fast beats with electronic synths, especially rock metal. Ooh. Ska is also good, especially in the 80s. Yeah. I think I know what that is. I think. I think they're like Australian Shepherd dogs. But I don't remember. All I know is that, when you shave them down, they look like weird little cryptid monsters. But in an adorable way. These silly goober dogs. Yes, I have another random thing to talk about. Because I was talking with a friend of mine. Hey, bestie! Adriana, hello! I was about to say, I was talking to one of my friends. Yes, we got Shroud Zooms today. I was talking to one of my friends, and I kept showing him, stuff from Varg Skeletor, and he was like, are you okay? I kept showing him, like, the funny Joel clips. He's like, is your brain okay? I like the funny streamer, the funny Swedish dude. I fall asleep to Joel clips. Hey, bestie. We're just yapping. Showing him stuff from what? That doesn't ring a bell. Varg Skeletor from Vine Sauce. The funny guy who's Swedish and the funny granddad meme. My sense of humor is kind of strange, honestly. It can be just as bad as like brain rot or whatever, but sometimes I'm just like, whatever, it's funny. Skeletor. Varg Skeletor Joel. He funny Swedish man. I thought Vine Sauce was just one American dude. Nah, there's a few other people under Vine Sauce. You got V, you got Joel, and I think there's a VTuber under there too, in recent years. Bro, I thought you said that one skeleton from He-Man. Skeletor. Yeah, because I showed him the Super Ghostbusters thing. if you've never heard of the Super Ghostbusters, it's basically the result of somebody who has the ability to make music stuck with no internet for a week, losing his mind. VTuber, yeah. I do believe there is now a VTuber part of it. I don't remember exactly who's part of, like, the Vine Saucer group or not. I know Germa985 is kind of in that circle, but I don't think he's, like, part of, like, officially? But he's, like, one of the friends in the group. I don't know that much about it. I just like watching the funny Joel clips in the Vinny clips. and Joel's kind of part of internet history by gaslighting the internet into believing that there's an evil farming game. That was a funny story to hear about, because like I've heard about people trying to find, like, you know, games, lost games. I need to watch He-Man again. Yeah, I kind of want to watch that too. Found the VTuber. I didn't even know she was a part of Vine Sauce, but she goes by Malicious. I've seen some of her stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't really think Vine Sauce is like an official like group thing, but like there's like a lot of people associated with it. Whether it be like just friends of the group or whatever. Like, I don't know how it works, because I think it is mostly like a Twitch thing. I just like watching the fun videos. Like Malicious, yeah. The He-Man Hey, yeah, is inspired by the What's Up song by 4 Non-Blondes in 1993. Ooh, fun fact. Now I got that stuck in my head. The He-Man clip with the hey. I said hey. What's going on? I still want to finish watching Gargoyles. I'm gonna keep complaining about that. I'm going to keep complaining about the fact that I can't finish watching it right now. I can always sail the seas, but I worry about the safety of my laptop. And also, sometimes every good site gets, eradicated off of the face of the internet, so. Speaking of He-Man, Mattel actually released an official Subway Surfers clone called Masters of the Universe Skeletor Until Next Time. Yes, they acknowledged the meme. Until next time. I need to watch Gargoyles, but I also need to finish Thundercats. And that's also one I kind of want to watch too, because I only remember the 2000s Cartoon Network reboot of it. The first one. That was more like anime comic book looking. But then got sabotaged because Cartoon Network was getting rid of cartoons for some stupid reason. The CN Real era was such a weird time. I'm like, I don't understand who thought that was a good idea. You gotta be really stupid to think that a network that's based off of rerunning cartoons and or airing original cartoons needs to have live action shows. Like, I don't understand. I'll go and listen to House of Fun by Madness, Too Much, Too Young by Specials, Get Up, Stand Up by Bob Marley, Simmer Down by Wailing Waters. Okay, Mercury, bye-bye. I said hey. What's going on? Speaking of the other He-Man meme, did you see the live-action He-Man actor do the meme? No, I have not. I know that they're making a movie. Like, I've seen the trailers for the new movie. I just didn't know what was going on. But that seems funny. I need to see that. I'll also listen to No Limit by 2 Unlimited, What's by 4 Non-Blondes, and Kerncraft 400 by Zombie Nation. Bye-bye, Mercury again! Oh, girls just wanna have fun. I have special memories with that song, but not really in a good way. Oh, I hear there's gonna be a Betty Boop movie. Boop, boop, be doop. Yeah, I've heard about that one too. That one's confusing, but not really. Because, like, they're... I don't know. I don't know how to talk about that situation. It's really weird. It's like, is this going to be like a full-on, you have a cartoon character interacting with the real world for the documentary thing? Kind of like what Fleischer Studios would do with, like what they did back in the day? Because that's what I hope they're going for. Because, like, the premise of it was... I read the premise of that movie. It's supposed to be about, like, the history of the character or something. From the character's perspective. So I'm hoping that it's, like, a hybrid animation thing. Like, please. Please be a hybrid animation thing. Because that actually feels on brand for the history of the character if we're actually going to be talking about it. Because, I've seen a lot of Betty Boop shorts, and I've seen a lot of, like, some Fleischer Studios cartoons. And they did a lot of that stuff with they have the animated characters interacting with the real world. I'm not sure if they're the studio that started it, but, like, I know Looney Tunes also kind of had bits like that. So, like, yeah. I'm curious about it. She's like... Betty Boop is like a pretty important character in the history of animation. Yep. Yeah. That feels like a fun way to actually kind of bring the character back into, like, pop culture again. Sort of. Because I feel like giving her, like, a movie, or, like, trying to modernize her for this era is gonna be really difficult. Funny thing about that, I actually have my own concept for a Betty Boop movie. It follows Betty being frozen by time travelers to wake up in a cyberpunk future where natural beauty is an ancient thing. It's nice to hear about Betty, though. Yeah. And I've seen like a lot of Betty Boop cartoons. Like there was a point in time where I was kind of just binge watching a bunch of old Betty Boop cartoons on YouTube. Because they're pretty easy to find. I think most of, I'm not sure, but I think most of the Fleischer cartoons are like fair, like fair use kind of, or what was it? What was it again? Public domain, I think, but I'm not sure. People fight because Betty isn't black. She's based off of black jazz. That's the part that gets confusing. Cause I've seen a bunch of like the documents about like the inspiration for the character. And I feel like things get a little bit confusing because I think because they said it was like Esther Jones or something. Or somebody else, some other white jazz singer that was like trying to sue because the character looks like her. But then the character designer or like the people at the studio were saying like, well, you were inspired by Esther, Lady Esther. So by that logic, like I don't know, it was like a very confusing case. I feel like it's because the case is kind of old and confusing and nobody really pays attention anymore that it's kind of weird, but it's not wrong to say that she's inspired by like black jazz. She's inspired by the popular trends of her time, that's for sure. My favorite Betty Boop was the Cinderella one. Yeah, I like that one too. and is it the Snow White one? The Snow White one was trippy. I liked that one. To still hold on to your natural beauty and how taking care of yourself is the best way to ensure you're always beautiful, and the stereotypical beauty comes from the heart thing. That's cute. Maybe Esther got her inspo by the women, then the lady sued because of Betty. Yeah, because I think the character specifically is designed off of the white lady. But again, the white lady's also inspired by a lot of the black jazz of the time. So it's like you're technically not wrong, but like the design of the character is pretty specific. So it's like it's not wrong to say that she's inspired by like black jazz in a sense, because a lot of that jazz music from the time was kind of inspired by it. Like there was a lot of inspiration going on. Maybe unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever, because like that happens too. I kind of forget what the white lady's name was, which is ironic. Like, yeah, that 1920s jazz flapper inspirations. Speaking of Fleischer adaptations, what did you think about the Popeye movie from 1980? I've never seen it. Is that the one with Robin Williams? I've never seen it, though. I've only seen, like, the original Popeye cartoons. And I'm so mad that we didn't get the Gendy Tarkovsky Popeye movie. I'm so mad that that never happened. Like, let this man cook! This is like the Peggy Lee suing the Muppets because of Miss Piggy. The live action one. Yeah, there was like a live action Popeye movie. Yeah, it's free on YouTube and it's a musical. I didn't even know it was a musical. I should probably try and watch it because I do like Robin Williams. I do like Robin Williams. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've seen like the original Popeye cartoons. I know that my dad has like a video, well, like a DVD of like some old Popeye cartoons, and the Sinbad one scared me. I wish we got the Popeye animated movie from Tom Kenny. There was also a 2004 CGI movie too. I didn't know about that one. I just know about the one with Gendy Tarkovsky. And Tom Kenny was, I think Tom Kenny was gonna play Popeye in that. That sounded like Tom Kenny. I think the actor for Olive Oil is pretty good in the movie. Remember, Sony rejected Popeye in favor of the Emoji Movie. I love the Sinbad. Popeye versus Sinbad. That one scared me a bit. I don't know like I probably if I watch it again, I'll probably be able to tell you it's because the lions looked funky. That movie is a sin. The Emoji Movie is a blight. It is a curse. The biggest mistake ever. Sony just really does not know what to do with animation. Cause K-pop Demon Hunters, they sold that to Netflix because they didn't know what to do with it. And it's like the biggest thing that was like the biggest hit that they had, and it's just like, oh, we fucked up. Sony canceled Popeye and a Thai movie because they didn't think it would work. Sony has problems. Sony has problems. They literally make some of the stupidest animation decisions I've ever heard of. It's like sometimes they'll make the right move, like letting Gendy Tarkovsky make Hotel Transylvania, but then they like milk the series. Who the most extra? Okay, how to spell it? Fellow. Yeah. I don't understand the thought process of some of these corporations because they really are just focused on money, 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 money. We can't take too many big risks. We gotta keep playing it safe, but you can only play it safe for so long, and even then, you're not gonna get your money's worth for it. I hear an Indian show that makes Neza will make a Thai movie. Not just their animation problems, there's also problems in their gaming side. Yeah. And that's because they get rid of their headquarters in like Japan for California or something? You Sinbad the Sailor. I've seen quite a few Sinbad movies in my day because my dad's like, I love these movies. And the irony, they focused on money, yet the Emoji Movie was a detrimental flop. Yeah, it's like they put their priority on like short-term trends and stuff like that. They're that meme, the money, 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 if you happen to be rich. Yeah. Along with the fact that they probably thought, well, it's gonna be a kids movie, so we don't even have to care that much about it. The kids are gonna love it, but the kids are kind of not really that into it either. Which Sinbad is the best? Which Sinbad is the best? Good question. What was it? Which penguin is it? Which penguin is it? Not you. Or is it a bird? Not you. Hold on. I have my own answer. What's that? Oh, is that a duck? I have my answer. Hold on. I just forget the name. Peckle. Peckle best Sinbad. Peckle best Sinbad in my opinion. There he is. My favorite Sinbad. Besides the DreamWorks one. No one asks for an emoji movie. I want an emoji movie with my... I watched the emoji movie with my brothers and they hated it. Mind you, they are 10 and 6. The only Sinbad movies I saw was the DreamWorks and Popeye. Popeye. The only good emoji movie characters were Gene and his parents. His parents carried that movie. Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas. Yeah, that's the DreamWorks one. But I like this one. I like the Peckle one. I like the Peckle one. Yeah, I have a DVD with Hello Kitty and Friends as like fairy tale characters. And I think this was actually the first ever context I had to the Sinbad story was this penguin, not penguin, this duck. This silly little duck. The same thing with Robin Hood actually. That one starred Keroppi as Robin Hood. He kind of reminds me of Ponyo. He does have a cute Ghibli-esque look. You want to watch Ponyo again? Me too. What is Peckle? A Sanrio character. Sanrio has a lot of these character mascot things. It's Peckle. He's this goofy looking duck. I mean, he's not that goofy looking. I hate incompatible file types. Ruining everything. Where is it? Where's a fun picture of Peckle? Here we go. There we go. He's a little duck. I'm surprised I've never heard of Peckle before. How did Ponyo's dad bang a baddie? He was just being himself. Yep, Peckle, and it's spelled with 2 K's. Peckle. There's Peckle. There's so many Sanrio characters, man. The best Donald Duck ripoff. I mean, Japan loves Donald Duck. Japan really loves Donald Duck. He looks like Donald and Daisy's kid. I mean, his default outfit is actually just a blue shirt with a P on it. Sometimes he's wearing a bow tie. He's had many different cute shirts. I take it Peckle isn't used anymore, or is he retired? I don't know. I think there's still Peckle stuff out there. He's in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, so he still exists. Actually, I kind of want to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure just to see what characters are in there. Because there's a lot of Sanrio characters that exist that they're probably way more popular in Japan instead of outside. But there's some Sanrio characters that are popular outside of Japan, that's for sure. Peckle. I do like Keroppi, though. I like the frog. That explains it. I haven't played Island Adventure yet. I want to. It's on Steam, right? I just don't think it's compatible with the laptop I have. And I don't have a capture card for, like, Switch. My mom ruined Hello Kitty for me because of that one case. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. A funny thing, my first Sanrio cartoon was Hello Kitty Fairy Tale Theater. I think I think that's the one I I have the DVD on. I think it's on Steam. Yeah, it should be on Steam. I just know that even if it's on Steam, it probably isn't compatible for a MacBook, but I don't know. If it is, maybe. I forgot what country that it happened in. Was it China? Mm. Also, can confirm Island Adventure is on Steam. If I have money, I would play it. Yeah, that case. It's pretty easy to find on YouTube, people talking about it if you look up Hello Kitty murders. And I think it was like remains or something. Yeah, that was pretty messed up. And didn't the isn't it the only reason that they found out that this was a thing was because one of the people involved was like, I'm being haunted? Yeah, it's a depressing story. But we're gonna change the subject now. We're here to have some good yaps. Some good yaps. And I will share my happy memories of Hello Kitty. Where I bought like a strawberry shortcake and a Hello Kitty plate set when I was like 5 in Puerto Rico from my grandmother. Like she bought it for me and my sister, and we are like, wow, thank you. And the Hello Kitty had My Melody on it too. At least I think that was My Melody. My Melody and Hello Kitty having a tea party. And I also had a Hello Kitty calendar that was from Puerto Rico when I went there when I was like 5. I had it for a very long time. And then it broke because it was old and the plastic that was protecting the metal fell off. Fun lighter Sanrio fact, there was actually a Hello Kitty educational game by Leapfrog called Hello Kitty Sweet Little Shops. That's cute. I'm not surprised that it exists. I mean, Hello Kitty, you can slap her on anything. That's kind of what the Sanrio mascots are for. You can just put them on anything. Karumi put with Malleus because I don't care. My opinion, Rook gets to be paired up with Peckle. Just because I say so. I gave my melody to Leona because why not? It was released back in 2013. Oh. That makes sense. I thought it would be a little bit older than that. I've seen Hello Kitty X My Hero Academia. Yeah, I have that shirt. I have that My Hero Academia X Sanrio shirt. Of course, we all know Cinnamon Roll is the best boy. Cinnamon Roll sweeps democracy at its finest. Cinnamon Roll always wins. Cinnamon Roll! I'm pretty sure I voted for Kuropi when that's rolling around. Every time I pick Kuropi. I don't care. I'm voting for the frog. Nope, Sweet Little Shops was on LeapPad. Ah. I forgot Leapfrog was... Is Leapfrog still a thing? For educational children's toys and games? I'm not sure. Sanrio tier list 1. Ooh, that would be a good one. I mean, there's a lot of Sanrio characters. Some of them I don't even know. I swear they're hiding it. Also, I've been checking my Hot Topic because there were Twist shirts, but I can never find it. Oh yeah, I've seen the Twisted Wonderland Hot Topic shirts. I kind of don't like them. They're a little bit too boring. Because it's just like key art on the shirt, and I'm just like, eh. You could have done something a little bit better, but okay. Yes, Leapfrog is still a thing. It is still a thing, but they moved away from video game material like that. I think Leapfrog was pretty important. Especially nowadays where everything's like on the internet. I feel like you shouldn't be making kids games on the internet. That's my 2 cents. They need offline entertainment. I didn't like it either, but I need it. Yeah. I don't know, if they did something a little bit fancier with it, maybe. It can still just be something with like the key art, you know? Whatever materials you were given permission to use for the shirts. I had a Leapfrog kind of Game Boy. I think I had a Leapfrog thing too when I was a kid, but I don't know. Offline entertainment away from AI and Cocomelon slop. Yes! I played a dog game and a SpongeBob racing game. Well, it's not Leapfrog, but it was like a children's educational game on the computer. I had Jumpstart. I forgot which Jumpstart specifically. If I look it up, I'll probably be able to find it, but it was one of the... It was one of those ones that I think was like an early MMO kind of thing, but like it came on a game disc and you could play the games or whatever, but like there was like that one locked off area or something. What was it? Jumpstart. Let me see. Like I had a Jumpstart game. Jumpstart My Love. Also, the dog game was called Pet Pals. Which one is it? 3rd grade, maybe? Like, I don't have the discs for these anymore, so I don't know. I don't know. Was it like Jumpstart Academy or something? I don't know. It was white and pink with a stylus. Because I think it had like a little mini character creator or something. What was it? No. Academy. No. Was it 3rd grade? No. I don't remember which one it was. And I feel sad. But like, I know it if I saw it. But I can't find it. Jumpstart 3D Virtual World, they had a few games on that series. Some were single-player offline games, and the other was proper MMO. I played MMO, and the Penguins of Madagascar were the best. Maybe that's what it was. Oh yeah, I think that is what it was. Maybe. Or something similar to this. If, man, if only I had the actual, like, DVD. Not DVD, but, like, the actual game disc. Because I think it is that one. Because, again, I I barely had internet access as a kid, and all the games that I had like on the computer were like from, PC game discs. And I think Jumpstart was the only one where there was stuff that I couldn't get to because it was online. Yeah, I think it was Virtual World. Do you remember the age range for the game? No. It was Leapfrog. I had Pet Pals too, and the third one, it was Leapfrog. It might have been third grade. Like the age range might have been like third grade or something. Yeah, because like this is looking familiar. It's just the fact that I don't even have like the actual like game discs. It bothers me because then I can't like go back and double check it. But I have talked about the fact that I used to have that Barbie Horse Adventures game on the computer. I think I had a Swan Lake one too. It was Swan Lake, and I think I had another Barbie game on there. But I'm not sure. I just remember Swan Lake and Horse Adventures for the PC. And some weird maze game for Windows that I've never ever been able to figure out what it was. I used the Leapfrog Explorer. Ooh. What's that one look like again? I mean, when it comes to Leapfrog, I just remember seeing it a lot. Because I just had like a regular Game Boy, though. A regular Game Boy Advanced and a regular DS Lite when I was younger. I didn't really have like educational games. Unless they were on the computer, I guess, or like in the school's computer lab. At home, I had things like Barbie and Strawberry Shortcake Summer Adventures. I'm only seeing kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. It was Quest for the Color Meister? Let me see. I believe it was. I think. It's one of those things where it's like I need to find like the exact one that I'm thinking of. Otherwise, I don't know. But I'm looking at it and it looks vaguely familiar. I think it was second grade. I do believe it was that one. Maybe. Or something in like the second grade. I don't know. It's hard to figure out sometimes because it's like I don't remember much. I just remember enough to know that yes, that's something that I played as a kid. Have you seen the Leapfrog animated specials? Now I want to Leapfrog Explore because I had fun on Pet Pals in that SpongeBob race. I think LeapPad is better investment than Leapster Explorer. Yeah, now that I think about it, I just had like a Game Boy and a DS. I never had an educational game. But like I knew some people who did have that. And I seen it on TV a lot. My cousins had a DS and I would play a Sonic racing game. I was always Shadow because he had a motorbike. I think I know which racing game that one is. Was that the Sonic and Sega All-Stars? I think he has a motorbike in that one. Because I have that one for, I think it was 3DS and PlayStation 3. No, wait, no. It was on regular DS, yes. I also had the one on the PlayStation 3. Man, I remember playing that. And I always won with Shadow. With anyone else, I lost. I think I always picked Tails. Because that was my favorite character back then. And, an Amigo. Because I just thought that the funny little monkey looked, cute. The funny little dancing monkey. But yeah, I had it for both the DS and the PlayStation 3. I know the PlayStation 3 one had Wreck-It Ralph as a character. And some actual NASCAR racer lady that I don't really care about. Yeah, I actually got a 3DS for my 10th birthday, and my first game was Yokai Watch, though before that, my cousin used to let me play Mario Kart on her DS. Aww. I think I was like... When did the DS come out again? The 3DS? Because, like, I remember my dad bought me and my sister 3DSs, like, when they first released. Like, not long after these things released, my dad bought me and my sister one. One each. And I just remember I was like, but I don't really want a new DS. But my dad got it for me anyway. And I'm like, thank you. I still have that 3DS. That thing lasted so long until I accidentally dropped it one day and like the screens disconnected from each other. But it still worked. I had to get another one after that because it's like, yeah, this thing is broken. We can't get it fixed. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that hard to fix it, but it's like, might as well just get a new one anyway. No. Unfortunately. I want to see if I can get the Explorer. Yeah, I ended up getting the 3DS XL Galaxy Edition. And that one's still in good condition. And I've dropped that one a few times too. But you know what's upsetting? There was this game for the 3DS, Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. I had that game on the 3DS when I was younger. I ended up losing that game. And every time I tried to find it, I couldn't find it anymore. Along with the fact that it's like every time you try to find it online, it's stupid expensive for no reason. And it bothers me so much. I'm like, please. Sega, why are you stupid? Why do you make interesting game and then just never follow it up with like a sequel or whatever? Like, why did you bring this into existence if you didn't care about it? The horror. Speaking of which, did you play the Monster High DS games? I did not. I had very limited exposure to Monster High as a kid because my parents didn't really want me like having anything related to it, but I still got stuff related to it anyway. I read some of the books because there was like a book series. I had like this activity outfit maker thing that was Monster High, and like a stationery set. Like I used to keep my 3DS games in a little Monster High like pouch that was shaped like a skelette. Oh no. I had a Monster High game and used it on my cousin. I would also watch some of the Monster High like specials on Nickelodeon back in the day too. It's not just Sega. Remember Codename Steam? That was an Intelligent Systems Nintendo Tactics game. Oh, I remember seeing that one. I think I played the demo for that too. Yeah, it's weird. I guess it just didn't do the numbers that they wanted, but I feel like Sega tends to do that a lot. Where it's like, oh, it doesn't meet the numbers we wanted. Get rid of it forever. We don't care if it's developed a cult fan base and a resurgence in meme culture. Oh no. Yeah, because you wanna know the funny thing about Rhythm Thief? One of the sound bites from the game became a meme. Part of like some of those like videos with like horrendous images or whatever. I'm talking about like goofy horrendous images. It was like it became part of a meme. And it was like the first time I saw that I was like, that's from Rhythm Thief. I know that music anywhere, no matter how many times you try to distort it. It comes from the section in the game where you're trying to sneak into the Louvre or something. Basically, Codename Steam is a game set in an alternative steampunk future, which is a comic book where America rules England and various historical figures fight against aliens. Ah, yeah. I think I did play the demo for that. I played a lot of Girls Go games. Me too. I stuck to the dress-up games. Also cool math games. Like, there was only one thing I played on cool math games, and it was that B-cubed maze game. That, like, not maze game, but it was like a puzzle game where you gotta make sure you go through all those blocks before you reach the end. They also had a Fire Emblem amiibo. Interesting. I feel like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes a good idea just wasn't good enough. I love cool math games. Yeah, but there was like only one thing I ever played on there. Every time. Every single time. It's like, okay, you can just do whatever now in computer class, and that was all I played on cool math games was B-cubed. The Papa's games, Duck Life 4 and Run 2, I love them. Yeah, I remember seeing everybody play the Run and Run 2 games. Also Shaun the Sheep 2. Shaun the Sheep. That was a cute little show. I liked watching the shorts. I think it was on Disney or Disney XD where they would air the Shaun the Sheep stuff, I think. I don't remember where they aired it, but I just know that they aired it on TV before, and I liked watching Shaun the Sheep. I stuck to PBS Kids, Sprout Online, Nick Jr., and Nickelodeon, Disney Jr., and the main Disney website. Verve, Kids in American Greetings kids websites. Also the demo of There Is No Game on Porn. I don't remember Shaun the Sheep on Disney, but I remember its spin-off Timmy Time on Disney Junior. I don't remember where Shaun the Sheep was aired. I want to say it was Disney XD. When I was in school, I would play a Nick Jr. Music Maker a lot. Yeah, I remember playing games on Nick and Disney back in the day. That was fun. I also remember playing Pop Tropica. There was only one island in Pop Tropica I was able to complete. All those other islands in Pop Tropica, I was never able to finish their little story quests or whatever, but the one with the tropical island and the shark or whatever, I was able to do that one. That was the only one I ever remembered completing. I wonder if there's still a Pop Tropica site online for the original Pop Tropica. When I was in school, Ice Station was the GOAT and one of the best learning sources nobody talks about. OMG. Pop Tropica? Don't worry, I understand the context. And yes, I also got one. Yeah, I forget what that tropical island is, but I think it is one of the earlier, like, easy level islands or something, and it took me forever to figure it out, which is the sad thing. But once I was able to figure it out, I like memorized the entire thing. It's like, I know exactly where to go now. I never played Club Penguin as a kid. I remember there was a kid in one of my classes that really liked Club Penguin. Unfortunately, Pop Tropica is only on Cool Math Games and a mobile app. Oh. Yeah, I know with the eradication of Adobe Flash, a lot of old Flash games were just not preserved. Galactic Hot Dogs and Time Tangled are my favorite islands. I think I tried figuring out the Time Tangled one. I don't think I ever finished it, though. I never played a Papa's game, either. Like, I would see everybody else playing it sometimes. Like, I was focused on the freaking cube. I hate the Flash. I'm not talking about the DC comic book hero. I'm talking about, Adobe Flash was basically used to make a lot of 2D games on the internet in the day. I also never got into Club Penguin. I played, but Moshi Monsters was better. I also love Monkey Quest, Wizard 101, and Pirate 101. I had a Webkins. And it wasn't even mine, it was my sister's, but we didn't even play Webkins. But, like, we had Webkins. Purple Valley. Burble Place? You can play the Papa games for free online on Cool Math, but you must sit through ads. I thought it was called Burble Place. Was I pronouncing it wrong all this time for some reason? Did I scramble the P in Purple Place? Because yes, I played Purple Place. I think I played it in school. No, it is Burble. It is Burble Place. You're confusing me. You're Mandela affecting me. There it is. Burble Place. You remember Woogie World and Herotopia? Maybe. I know that there was like some like educational games that I used to like that was like part of my like computer lab class back in like elementary school. Woogie World. Nope. That one doesn't ring a bell. But I think Herotopia, maybe. Let me see. No, that doesn't ring a bell to me. I get it right. I played the heck out of that one. Woogie World. Yeah, what was that other, like... I don't know, there's like some educational game that, like... It was part of, like, my computer class in, like, elementary school. I think it had to do with, like, reading skills or something. I forget what that one was called. Woogie World was an MMO that focused on teaching kids internet safety. Is that also... Yeah, I never played Woogie World. Or Herotopia. I'm trying to think of like some of those early 2000s like kids educational games because like I know that there was like one that was like it was like part of my actual like class in computers. But I can't remember much of it. Did any of y'all play Pority? My station, one of its two main courses was reading, and they had a math level up to a certain level. 4G. Prodigy. No. Wait, is it iStation? I don't know. No, not that one either. Well, we're gonna go down like a lost media quest just for me to figure out what game I was playing in elementary school. I've heard of ABC Mouse. Prodigy is basically a math MMO where you fight monsters. I don't think it was an MMO. Oh, I found one that I forget what this is called, but I remember this one. I found an image, but I can't remember what game this is. Oh, wait. Sammy's Science House, I think. That one I remember. But that's not what I'm looking for. Like, I saw this image and I immediately remembered, ah, yes, I played that in elementary school. This, if you know what this is, I'm showing my age. I have to go. Bye bye, Adriana. Reader Rabbit. Let me see. No, not that one. Was it like a Dr. Seuss thing? I know that there was like a Dr. Seuss thing too. That was like a computer game that we would play in class as well. You know, Blue's Clues had a reading game. Yeah, but it wasn't like Blue's Clues. It was like it was probably like an original thing. But like side note, my school did have like a Dr. Seuss like educational game that we would play in class. I think it was back when I was in kindergarten. Maybe first grade. That was like part of our kindergarten class. Let me see. Maybe it was like 2000s. I will figure this out. Because I think it had like a reading thing, but I also think it had like a math thing. The problem is I remember what it looks like, but I don't remember what it actually was. But I remember I got pretty far in it. Was it a Winnie the Pooh? It was not Winnie the Pooh. I don't think it was like using existing children's media property. I think it was like something original. Let's see. What's a clue finder? Nope, not that one either. Mm. Did it have something to do with aliens? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll try to figure it out because I honestly cannot remember for the life of me what it was. Hmm. Jumpstart 3D virtual world where the player can go to. Oh yeah, that was virtual world. Thank you, Jumpstart Wikipedia page. Was it Jumpstart 3rd grade Mystery Mountain? That sounds vaguely familiar. Let me see. Jumpstart 3rd grade Mystery Mountain. No. That has a robot. It doesn't have like an ice thing from what I can see. It wasn't Clue Finders. And I think it was like mostly 2D sprites, like there was nothing 3D about it, I think. I don't know, man. It's gonna bother me for like ever. But yeah, that was a fun little that was a fun yap session. Trying to figure out what games I was playing in my elementary school computer lab. I do remember specifically there was like some Dr. Seuss games that we were playing. And that some of those games were like, required for the class pretty much because it was just basically an extension of like your language arts and your math classes. Along with like teaching you like computer typing skills. Cause like I remember there was like a typing game specifically, but like the color palette was just white, purple, and cyan. It was like a typing game with like bears. Kid Smarts in arcade. Let me see. No. No. The art style doesn't really. The sad thing is, when I look it up, it's just giving me like arcade machines with aliens. Not really. There's like only two things with the actual like game involved. And it's not really giving me any like screenshots of what it actually looks like. Thank you, Google search. You've gone to the trash. Yeah. I wonder if I can find that one because that had like a very specific. It had like a very specific color palette. There was like only 3 colors. It had bears. It was just cyan and purple. The ugliest purple too. Mm. Well, that looks vaguely familiar. Computer Lab starter pack. I don't know. I think I'll call an end to the search here. I can't find anything. I can't even find that very specific typing game with bears and purple and cyan and white as like the only colors. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. I have some art to work on. I have things to do. I have dogs to pay attention to. They're good dogs. They behave nicely. Anyways, bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your weekend. Next week we'll probably be back to drawing. I might try something new. Who knows? Bye-bye.